Hey YouTube land, just Jax back again. My chair's squeaking. um, First thing I want to do is apologize for lack of good videos lately, or videos lately. um, Started the new job and have literally been working my butt off. Almost landed in the hospital, but I saved myself from that. I have a new GP doctor, and we discussed a lot of things. I love her to death. She is already Holly's doctor, which is why I decided to switch to her. Holly went in with a list of concerns that she needed taken care of from switching states and having lack of coverage for a while. And the doctor was like, okay, what else? Okay, what else? Okay, what else? And that's almost unheard of in the medical field nowadays. And so we were blown away with that, and she did the exact same thing to me, and it was good. It was good. And I had some things come up since I made the appointment. I had to wait 3 months for the appointment. That's how long it took for new patients to get in. But she is very open to considering signing a top surgery letter, but I am a new patient, so she doesn't know me yet, and she doesn't know a lot about the situation. She did let me know, of course, no names were given, but she did let me know that she had one other transgender patient that is transitioning from male to female, and so she said it's not against her beliefs or anything. It's not against her to treat transgender patients, but it is new territory for her. So she needs to learn as we go. And I said that is fine. I said the fact that you're open to it means a lot to me. And I didn't expect a yes right away. And I said I'm glad to not get a no right away. So that meant a lot to me. So one of the other things we had to discuss was my feet are literally falling apart from this job. I am a host in a restaurant, and I literally have to walk the entire span of the restaurant over and over and over and over again. And transitioning isn't making it worse, it's making it harder, if that makes any sense. I've always had restless leg. I wasn't officially diagnosed with it, but we've talked about it with my Crohn's doctor and other doctors, and it was just one of those things where I quit taking Benadryl because of it, because it exasperated it into my whole body. So since I'm working so much and I'm doing such a more physical job, I'm having trouble getting rest. Like I might fall asleep, but it's still not good sleep. And she said actually the testosterone is giving me growing pains. Literally been diagnosed with growing pains. She said not only are my muscles growing, but they're bulking. And so that plus restless leg has been a whopper of a thing to deal with on my own, she said. And so she can totally see why I'm having issues with it. So we discussed that. So she has actually prescribed me with gabapentin. I do not know how to spell it, but I am slightly familiar with it because I know other people that have taken it in the Crohn's community. She said it could possibly help my Crohn's. It can help my restless leg. It can help my my feet are blistered upon blistered, and because of my immune system, was worried about them healing. So she said that it would help with that and some other issues I have going on. It was just one of those things where I'm not used to hearing. I'm used to hearing medications requiring another medication, requiring another medication. Oh, the bipolar medication is also making my restless legs worse. So she said it should help me even that out. She said my dopamine levels are off, and being diagnosed as bipolar, she said that would make total sense. So she said it should help calm the dopamine levels down, if not also help with my pain and all this stuff. I was like, one medication that can do multitasking in my body, I'm all for it. And she said I can also self-diagnose and self-treat by increasing the dosage. She said give it at least a full week before I do. So we're starting at the lowest dose, and she said it like you should feel at least a little bit better. But if I'm not to where I feel comfortable, to where I can rest and stuff, to increase it. And then once I figure out if I'm dizzy with it and how I react to it at night, can possibly increase it during the day, because I can take it up to 4 times a day. But we would just want to start with it at night. So there we go. The other thing that I really, really want to talk about is something that I didn't think about until recently. Like, it's come up, but last night was a really solidifying factor in this. I started this job after I started testosterone. So the people that I'm working with and the new people that I'm meeting don't know me as pre-T. So this is the only me that they know, and I'm changing a little bit, but you know, when you work with someone, you know, day after day or week after week, it's not as obvious. So there's been a couple of times when I've had people at work listen to my voice comparison videos, and their minds are blown, which is really funny to me, because to me, I still feel like I'm that squeaky person with a cold. But I was talking to someone about my voice last night, and I was talking about how I used to do drag shows, and that they would see me, and I would be lip syncing, and they would, you know, see this man on stage, and then I would get on the mic, and I went to imitate my voice, and I couldn't do it. I can't even think about trying it. And so that's what got me to thinking. So then I had the manager listen to it, and he was like, "You've got to be kidding me," which is the reaction that most people at work have had. And I was like, yeah, that's who I was for 37 years. I was that person. And they're like, that is so cool. So then questions come up, and there's been a lot of people asking questions. There's a lot of people that have corrected other people, like right after I started, and they learned. So it's been nothing but a positive experience. So I thank everybody at work that is now subscribing to my channel, that has been interested in everything, that have been wanting to learn more, that have corrected other people, that have told me to correct other people. It's been nothing but a positive experience. Like I said, just from the first interview when I did the video a few weeks ago, but my manager was like, okay, what else do you want? Do you need something? I just need you to show up to work. And I was like, okay. Like, it's been nothing but a good experience, and I cannot be more thankful for that. So I just didn't think about that like there's going to be people that I meet for the rest of my life that didn't know and won't know. So yeah, that's what the doctor said. Once I start testosterone, there's going to be little things that come up that make it a little bit easier to be more patient. So and one of the guys at work, I've asked several guys about shaving and beards and facial hair. As if you're a longtime follower, you know I'm obsessed with facial hair. I don't necessarily know if I want it yet, but I want the ability to decide on my own versus being forced to be clean shaven. And one of the guys at work was like, don't wish for it, don't do it, don't, it's horrible. It was so funny. And I couldn't help but laugh, and he's like, no, I'm serious. And I was like, I know you're serious, but it's still funny. He's like, I totally get why. He's like, I get it. He's like, but don't quit wishing for it. It's like, he's like, it's not gonna be nothing but hell once you do. It was funny. Maybe I had to be there. I don't know. So considering everything that my body's going through and feeling, being in a good place to work in, since I'm there 6 days a week, it does have its downsides, as any restaurant does. And God bless Anthony Bourdain that said one of the most humbling experiences you would have in your life is to work in the food industry. And he's not wrong. That's why I shared that after his passing. So yeah, food service industry, it's its own beast. You think retail is hell. Ugh. And I meant hell, but okay. Another thing real quick, running into people that might not necessarily know that I've started testosterone, and they all make the comment that I sound like I have a cold. And so then I tell them, and they're like, oh wow. I was like, but that's funny because I still feel like I just have a cold. So still getting used to that. I don't know, maybe one of these years I'll realize that this is me now. Maybe not. I might have to transition into my own voice, knowing that that's my own voice. But yeah, that's a quick update. Once again, I'm working 6 days a week. their schedule, the weekly schedule is weird. It doesn't start on a Sunday, Saturday, so I'm working 6 days, but it's not a full week, so it's kind of weird. But I promise I'm resting. I'm taking care of myself the best way I can. Went to the doctor to make sure I could do so. Everything's on track. And yeah, here we go. Almost time for a shot. Hang on. Did shot 13, which made it 12 weeks, so it's shot. I'm almost 13 weeks. Let's do that. Because I can't math right now. Once again, happy Pride Month. The T should be an LGBT, in my opinion. I know a lot of people have been debating that recently because it's not a sexual orientation, but the LGBTQ plus community has accepted us, and we are part of it. So, in my opinion, it's where we belong. Okay? Be a good human. Quit fighting over stupid stuff. Okay? Have a good Pride Month. I'll see you when I see you. Hopefully it's soon. Once again, just Jax. I'll see you later.